2024, we're back Monday morning. This past Saturday, the Real Talk Summit happened in Vancouver, featuring social entrepreneur Gary Vaynerchuk. He's a New York Times best-selling author, created 2 multi-million-dollar businesses. He spoke about the power of intent to create your business and shared some words with us on BT about how to thrive with entrepreneurship.
The biggest issue for me right now is that we have a lot of people who want to build brands, who want to become influencers, who want to start companies, but they're not putting in the pieces that actually allow them to weather the storm.
When you look at young entrepreneurs today, what do you see is the greatest opportunity, maybe the biggest thing they're missing, and what they can do differently to rise up?
I think the biggest thing that's missing is lack of patience. And I think the thing that can rise up is them being interested in eating crow and loving the process and not the riches that come along with it. You will not win big unless you love the process. You can't be a great world championship boxer unless you love being in the gym for 9, 17, 24 weeks prepping for a fight. You can't just show up to the fight and get the belt. And right now, kids and 30, 40, 50, and 60-year-olds who haven't achieved what they wanted, were just too impatient and weren't willing to put down the framework to actually achieve.
How do you bridge that gap? You talk speed and hustle, you also talk patience, and then sometimes, like you say, talent wins, but what if somebody doesn't have that talent? How long do you wait when you look and you support and you nurture to see them get that goal?
I think it's predicated on how happy they are. Like, some people are never gonna sell a gold record, but they love playing at the pub, and that's what they do for their whole lives, and they don't make $1 trillion. So to me, I reverse engineer the person's happiness. If they love it, well, then you just keep doing it. But if they're unhappy because what they wanted to achieve was the money behind it, then you gotta really look at, like, hey, you've been doing this for 6 years, you have 137 views on your YouTube channel per episode, people don't give a about this, you need to move on. Every second you spend thinking what somebody else has is taking away from time that you could create something for yourself.
Well, the part of your natural being, and you outline this and ask Gary Vee about taking the stage, and I love how you quote Mike Tyson and say, everybody's got a plan until somebody punches them in the mouth.
That's right.
And at the age of 31, it's remarkable to see you build your multi-million-dollar businesses. At the age of 31, that's the first time you take the stage in 2006.
That's right.
How do you prepare the content to deliver it so you connect and own that room?
Somewhere between right now and when I take the stage, I will talk to somebody and ask them to remind me one more time. And I know that it's, entrepreneurship for good. I've got the general sense, but I'll ask one more time, who's in the audience, and I reverse engineer it in an improv manner. There's actors that can win Academy Awards in feature film dramas who could never do SNL or Curb Your Enthusiasm because that's an unnatural state for them. I, on the other hand, could not read off a teleprompter right now, just could not do it. Early in my career, after I was blowing up, midway in my career where people wanted me to do television, a lot of people wanted me to do like a show and they wanted me to read from a teleprompter. I don't read well, and I would cripple. Like at Passover dinner, reading The Thing with 9 family members, I'm tense because I'm a poor reader. Put me in front of 400,000 people to improv and conversate around entrepreneurship, social media, marketing, business. So I reverse engineered the room, and that's it.
What's your secret to building relationships?
Giving more than you take. It's actually simple. That's why I talk about 51-49. You just have to actually give more than you take. I feel that I know the psychology behind why I do it. I believe that I'm talented enough to get it without anybody's help. Thus, it's very easy for me to give. I'm big on sales. In general, for me personally, and this is not a tried and true answer, for me, I love people that have sold stuff in their life.
I believe you say this in the book, that people buy with their heart, not with their head. The art of storytelling is something you've mastered. So what advice do you have to people about creating that lasting sense of intrigue with whatever your story or business may be?
I think it's the truth is what wins. I think that's what's really worked for me.
The truth is undefeated, as you say.
Truth is undefeated. I think people smell, bull, and so I think the best story is a real one.
For anybody watching this,
yes,
and they have an idea or a business they want to build, final words, what do you want to leave them with?
Entrepreneurship is hard. I know it's glamorized right now and everybody thinks you're going to build the next Snapchat and there's all these 20-year-old millionaires. It's hard. It's lonely. You have to love it. You have to be a firefighter. And so I would say proceed, do it, but be realistic. We're living in fairy tale land right now around entrepreneurship. This is a hard game, and we've had a great economy globally for the last 8 years. So I would say be prepared for some punches in the stomach, in the mouth, and other places. And if that sounds great, then proceed. But if you're doing it because you want to be on a yacht in the Caribbean in a couple of months, you're going to lose.
Ask Gary V. That's the YouTube show. You can follow along, a mentor to many when it comes to the entrepreneurship game. We'll take a break.